Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Didhe Dashtabhraishu Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Ter Bhavati Naistiki. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 15. The Lord accepts Prashadam at the house of Sarvam Bhattacharya. Text 37 onwards. एक दिन महाप्रभु नित्यानंद लाया दुई भाई युक्ति कैला निवृत्ते वसिया. One day the two brothers, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityanand Prabhu, consulted with each other while sitting together in a solitary place. किबा युक्ति कैला दुहे केह नहीं जाने फले अनुमान पाछे कैला भक्त गान. No one could understand what the brothers discussed between themselves, but later all the devotees could guess what the subject matter was. तबे महाप्रभु सब भक्त बुलाइला गौड़ देश जहाँ सबे विदाय करीला. Thereafter, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called for all the devotees and asked them to return to Bengal. In this way, he bade farewell to them. Sabare kahila Prabhu pratyabd asiya gundicha dekhiya jabe amare miliya. Bidding farewell to all the devotees, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested them to return to Jagannath Puri every year to see him and then see the cleansing of the Gundicha temple. Acharyera Agya Dela Kariya Samman Achandala Adi Krishna Bhakti Diyodam. With great respect, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested Advaita Acharya, give Krishna consciousness, devotion to Krishna, even to the lowest of men, Chandals. Means this Krishna Bhakti, Krishna consciousness is for everybody. There's no discrimination based on anything. It's for everybody. And actually, this was the mood of Mahaprabhu for sending at least, or especially Nityanand Prabhu back so that he could preach in Bengal and Odisha. This is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order to all his devotees. Krishna Bhakti, devotion to Krishna, is open to everyone, even low class men like Chandals. One should follow this order in the disciplic succession stemming from Sri Advaita Nityanand Prabhu and distribute Krishna consciousness without discrimination throughout the world. There are different kinds of men, beginning with the Brahman and going down to the lowest platform known as Chandal. Whatever one's position, everyone in this age of Kali needs to be enlightened in Krishna consciousness. That is the greatest need of the day. Everyone is acutely feeling the pangs of material existence. Even in the ranks and files of the American Senate, the pinpricks of material existence are felt. So much so that April 30, 1974 was actually set aside as a prayer day. Thus, everyone is feeling the resultant pinpricks of Kali Yuga brought about by human societies indulging in illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, and intoxication. Now is the time for the members of International Society for Krishna Consciousness to distribute Krishna Bhakti all over the world and thus follow the orders of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Lord has ordered everyone to become a guru. Amaragya Guru Haya Tara Idesh. Everyone in every town and village should be enlightened by the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna consciousness should be distributed to everyone indiscriminately. In this way, the entire world will be peaceful and happy, and everyone will glorify Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as he desires. So this is the mood of Mahaprabhu, mood and mission of Mahaprabhu to preach to everybody and let them become Krishna conscious. They all should become devotees. The word Chandal actually refers to a dog eater who is considered the lowest of men. Even Chandals can be enlightened in Krishna consciousness due to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's benedictions. Krishna Bhakti is not the monopoly of a certain caste. Everyone is eligible to receive this great benediction given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Everyone should be given a chance to receive it and be happy. So, everyone, so whatever way we can help, even if we preach to 1, 2, 10 people, that's it, that's good enough. Of course, we should be able to do more, but if that's all, it's good enough. Prepare them so they can preach further. The word dan meaning charity is also significant in this verse. Whoever engages in the distribution of Krishna consciousness is a charitable person. Professional men recite Srimad Bhagavatam and discuss Krishna Bhakti for an exchange of money. They cannot distribute such exalted transcendental property to everyone and anyone. Only pure devotees who have no motive other than serving Krishna can give such transcendently valuable benedictions out of charity. So only pure devotees who have no motive other than serving Krishna. Actually, that is when the preaching happens or the transformation happens without any motive and just with only purpose that, yes, Krishna, I want to serve you. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I want to preach. I want to spread your message to everybody. That's all. And then we can see the progress. Nityanande agya dila yaha goda deshe anargala prema bhakti kariha prakash. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Nityananda Prabhu go to Bengal and without restriction manifest devotion service to Lord Krishna consciousness. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thus ordered Nityananda Prabhu to deliver all the Bengalis to devotion service. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, Mami Partha Vipashitya. O son of Pritha, those who take shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, and Shudras, can attain the supreme destination. Whoever takes to Krishna consciousness and follows the regulative principles can return home back to Godhead. That's so simple. Prabhupada said that. In his Anubhashya, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes, there is a class of so-called devotees called Prakrit Sahajas who think that Nityananda Prabhu is an ordinary human being. They have spread the news that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Nityananda Prabhu to return to Bengal from Odisha just to marry and beget children. This is certainly a great offense against Nityananda Prabhu. Such an offense is called Pashanda Buddhi or an atheistic remark. Offenders consider Nityananda Prabhu to be like one of them, an ordinary human being. They do not know of Nityananda Prabhu's identity with the Vishnu Tattva. Thinking Nityananda Prabhu to be an ordinary human being is the business of mental speculators known as Gunapatma Vadis. These people accept the material body, which is a bag of 3 material elements. Gunape tri dhatuke. So 3 material elements are Kapha, Pitta, and Vayu as themselves. They think that Nityananda Prabhu's body was similarly material and that it was meant for sense gratification. Whoever thinks in this way is a candidate for the darkest regions of hell. Because Nityananda Prabhu is Balramji himself, Vishnu Tattva. So, yes, Mahaprabhu asked him to go to Bengal, get married, because Mahaprabhu took sannyas. So he asked Nityananda Prabhu to go, get married, so that he could preach to grihasthas also. That was the idea. Not like people think that he should get married and have children and just enjoy, so-called enjoy life. Those who hanker after women and money, who are self-interested and have the mentality of merchants, can certainly discover many things with their fertile brains and speak against the authorized revealed scriptures. They also engage in some money-making businesses to cheat innocent people, and they try to support the business programs by making such offensive statements. Actually, Nityanand Prabhu, being the expansion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is the most magnificent incarnation. No one should consider him an ordinary human being or an entity like the Prajapatis, who were ordered by Brahma to increase generations. Nityanand Prabhu should not be considered instrumental for sense gratification. Although professional so-called preachers support this idea, such statements are not found in any authorized revealed scriptures. So, people make up their own interpretations what to do. Actually, there is no support for these statements made by Sahajiyas or other professional distributors of Krishna Bhakti. Prabhupada says, professional distributors of Krishna Bhakti. I mean, they are not trying to serve Krishna. They're just trying to make money in the name of giving Krishna Bhakti. Ramadas Gadadhar Adi Kat Jane Tomar Sahai Lagi Dilu Tomar Sane. Nityanand Prabhu was given assistants like Ramadas, Gadadhar Das, and several others. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I give them to you to assist you. Madhya Madhya Ami Tomar Nikat Yaiba Alakshite Rahi Tomar Nitya Dekhiba. I shall also go to see you at intervals. Keeping myself invisible, I shall watch you dance. So, there are few places Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always present. Wherever Shashi Mata is cooking, wherever Nityanand Prabhu is dancing in Kirtan, and there are a couple of more places. I'm forgetting those places. Mahaprabhu said, I'll always be there. And this happens at the at the festival of Panihati festival. Nityanand Prabhu was there. Mahaprabhu appeared there in invisible form, but he was there. So, although it's not described here, let's see, maybe. Yeah, it's not described here. Other books it is mentioned, Chaitanya Bhagavat probably. So when Mahaprabhu asked Nityanand Prabhu to go to Bengal and gave him these devotees, Ramdas, Gadadhar Das, and several others. So they started walking towards Navadvip from Jagannathpur. So these assistants, Ramdas, Gadadhar Das, and others, they are actually Gwalbals from Krishna Lila. But those Gwal Sikhas who were closer to Balramji. So in this pastime, they were closer to Nityananda. So they started walking. And walking and Kirtan was going on, chanting, dancing was going on while they were walking towards Navadvip. And walking, they asked somebody, they were in ecstasy of chanting and dancing. They asked somebody, which way is Ganga? Because they wanted to walk on the banks of Ganga so they could reach Navadvip. And the person said, Ganga? That is at least 5 hours in the other direction. You're going in the wrong direction. Just go walking this way. So they started laughing and they started walking again and dancing and chanting. And after a few hours, many hours passed, and then they asked somebody, "Oh, which way is Ganga? We want to go to Navadvip." Ganga is 10 hours the other direction. You're completely in the wrong direction, going in the wrong direction. And again, after a while, after many hours of again walking, dancing, chanting, and this devotee Ram Das, he was in the mood of they are Gwalbal, they are Sakhas. So Gwalbal means Gopas means no rules. They don't follow any rules. Any rules means what normal people follow, following times or some other. No, they just want to have full-fledged fun. So this Ramdas, while everybody was chanting and dancing, so he got into the ecstasy of Krishna. So he stood in a three-bended form, pose, just like Krishna does, and he held up a stick like flute, and he stood there. Well, all the devotees are chanting and dancing around. For many hours, he just stood there. And then finally he came back into external consciousness and they started walking again. So, like that, they chanted, danced all the way to modern day Calcutta. So, that is the place where Panihati villages. It's on the north side of Calcutta. And they came to the house of Raghav Pandit. So Raghav Pandit was very pleased to have Nityanand Prabhu and so many other wonderful devotees at his house. So he arranged for Nityanand Prabhu's prasadam and rest. And Nityanand Prabhu asked Raghav Pandit that I have a desire to have a garland of Kadamba flowers. So get me a garland. And Raghav Pandit said, Prabhu, this is not the season of Kadamba flowers. And moreover, we don't have any tree of Kadamba flowers here. Nityananda said, go outside, see if there is something. I have a strong desire to wear a garland of Kadamba flowers. So Raghav Pandit came outside, and to his surprise, in his courtyard, there were fully grown Kadamba flowers on a lemon tree, not even Kadamba tree, on a lemon tree. The fully grown Kadamba flowers. He was so happy. He just brought all the Kadamba flowers and made a beautiful garland for Nityanand Prabhu to wear. So these are the mysterious pastimes of Nityanand Prabhu. And then in Raghav Pandit's house, they started Kirtan. And again, Kirtan was going on, dancing was going on. And the villagers joined from Paniyati village. Little boys also came. They joined in chanting and dancing. And men also came from other villages also when they heard Nityanand Prabhu was there, chanting is going on. And they all came chanting, dancing. All the men, they were in so much of ecstasy. They were climbing on the trees and chanting and dancing. And on the trees, they're going onto the branches and on the sub-branches, on little creepers on the trees. But nobody was falling down. This was potency of Nityanand Prabhu to keep them in place. And little children came, they were in so much of ecstasy that while dancing, they would embrace a tree and just yank it out of the ground. And they don't know what was going on. And the parents were not stopped. And this kirtan, it is said, it went on. It went on for 3 months. Not 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, and nobody stopped. You can't even imagine what kind of kirtan that is. And then finally Nityanand Prabhu came into his external consciousness. Then with his associates, he left further from Navadvip. So these are the pastimes of Nityanand. Completely uh, maddened in love for Chaitanya, in love for God. There was a pastime, actually somehow today we are discussing this, and two days later is Nityanand Trayodasi. There was a pastime when Nitai was there in Navadvip, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would perform Sankirtan at Shrivas Angam. And one day, Nitai, he was getting very restless. So somehow Mahaprabhu said, Nimai said, well, looks like, no, Shachi Mata, sorry. Shachi Mata was telling Nimai that in my dream, I saw you and Nitai, you were having prashadam at the house. And then I saw my Laddu Gopal, and he transformed into Krishna and Balram, and they were also having prashadam, and you guys were fighting with each other. So Nimai asked him, what are we saying? He said, "Oh, Nitai, he was he was very uh, aggressive, kind of, and you were telling Krishna Balram that this is not your time." Or Nitai was telling, this is not your time. Your time was Dwapar Yuga. You were Vaishyas. This is a time for Brahmins like Nimai. My master Nimai is there, Nitai was saying. And this is our day. This is all this prashadam belongs to us, not for you two. So go away. We are going to eat all this prashadam. So this way, Sachi Mata was saying, I saw you two and Krishna Balram fighting, and you were snatching food from each other's mouth and eating, and what was going on? And Nimai said, well, looks like uh, we need to invite Nitai to our home for prashadam. So he just left it there. He didn't tell her the whole thing, what is going on. But this is what Nityanand Prabhu's mood is. Completely devoted to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, nobody else. And now when um, Mahaprabhu asked him to go to Bengal and preach, earlier when Mahaprabhu asked him to go and preach with Haridas Thakur and go to every house, beg them to chant the holy names of Krishna, that is when Nityan Prabhu started to preach. And now when he sent him to Navadvip, now he will again preach. So in between, without the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even Nityanand Prabhu would not preach. But now look at the first thing he did was 3 months of Sankirtan. And then he will go to Navadvip and transform the hearts of so many people. Especially, there was like one group of thieves. So he transformed their heart and so many others. So Mahaprabhu gave him the orders, gave him the associates to go back and preach. And Mahaprabhu told him, I shall also go to see you at intervals, keeping myself invisible. I shall watch you dance. Shrivas Pandite Prabhu Kari Alingana, Kanthe Dhari Kahe Tare Madhura Vachan. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then embraced Shrivas Pandit and with his arm around his neck began to speak to him in sweet words. तुम्हारे घरे कीर्तन आमे नित्य नचीबा, तुम्ही देखा पावे यार के हना देखीबा. Yeah, so another place Mahaprabhu said I would always be there was at Srivasangam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested Srivas Thakur, perform congregational chanting daily and be assured that I shall also dance in your presence. You will be able to see this dancing, but not others. Ei vastra mata ke diha, ei sab prasad, dandavat kari amar, kshamai aparad. Take this prasadam of Lord Jagannath and this cloth and deliver them to my mother, Shachi Devi. After offering her obeisances, please request her to excuse my offenses. Tara seva chadiyami kari achi sanyasa dharma nahe kariyami nija dharma nasha. I have given up the service of my mother and have accepted the sannyas order. Actually, I should not have done this, but by so doing, I have destroyed my religious principles. Tarvema vashami taraseva dharma tahachari kariyachi vatulera karma. I am subordinate to the love of my mother, and it's my duty to serve her in return. Instead of doing so, I have accepted the renounced order. Certainly, this is the act of a madman. Vatul balakera mata nahi laya dosha, ei jani mata more nakaraya dosha. A mother is not offended by her mad son, and knowing this, my mother is not offended by me. Well, obviously, Mahaprabhu took sannyas, left his house for a better duty. But still, he's saying, oh, I'm an offender. I should have taken care of my mother. Ki kae sannyas mora prema nij dhana, ye kale sannyas kailo chana hailamana. I had no business in accepting the renounced order and sacrificing my love for my mother, which is my real property. Actually, I was in a crazy state of mind when I accepted sannyas. Nila chale acho mui tahara agyate, madhya madhya ashimu thara charana dekite. I'm staying here at Jagannath Puri, Nilachal, to comply with their orders. But at intervals, I go see her lotus feet. Nityayai dekhi mui tahara charan, surti jnane teho taha satya nahi mane. Indeed, I go there daily to see her lotus feet. She is able to feel my presence, although she does not believe it to be true. एक दिन शाल्यान व्यंजन पांच शात शाक मोचा घंटा भ्रष्ट पटल निम्ब पात लेंबु आदा खंड दधि दुग्ध खंड सूर सारा शालग्राम समर्पिलेन बहु उपहार. One day my mother Shachi offered food to Shaligram Vishnu. She offered rice cooked with shali paddies, various kinds of vegetables, spinach, curry made of banana leaves, fried patola with nimba leaves, pieces of ginger with lemon, and also yogurt, milk, sugar candy, and many other foods. Prashadalaya kole karin krandana, nimaira priya mora e sabhyanjana. Taking the food upon her lap, mother was crying to think that all that food was very dear to her. Nimai. Nimai nahika etha kekare bhojana, more dhyane ashu jale bharila nayan. My mother was thinking, Nimai is not here, who will accept all this food? As she meditated upon me in this way, her eyes filled with tears. शीघ्र जाई मोहि सब करिनो भक्षण शून्य पात्र देखी अशु करी अमर्जन. While she was thus thinking and crying, I immediately went there with great haste and ate everything. Seeing the dish empty, she wiped her tears away. क्या न व्यंजन खाइला शून्य केने पाता बाल गोपाल कीबा खाइला सब भाता. She then began to wonder who had eaten all that food. Why is the plate empty? She wondered, doubting that Bal Gopal had eaten it all. Kiba more kathai mane brahma haya gela. Kiba kona jantu ashi shakala khaila. She began to wonder whether there had actually been anything on the plate in the first place. Then again she thought that some animal might have come and eaten everything. Kiva ami anna patre brahme na badila. Eta chinti pak patra yaya dekila. She thought, perhaps by mistake I did not put any food on the plate. So thinking, she went into the kitchen and saw the pots. अन्न व्यंजन पूर्ण देखी सकल भजाने देखी या संचय हैला किछु चमत्कार माने. When she saw that all the pots were still filled with rice and vegetables, there was some doubt in her mind and she was astonished. ईशाने बोलाया पुनः स्थान ले पाइला पुनरापि गोपाला के अन्न समर्पिला. Thus wondering, she called Ishan, the servant, and had the place cleansed again. She then offered another plate to Gopal. Hey mata jabe kare nuttam randhan, more khaya vait kare utkanthaye rodan. Now, whenever she prepares some good cooked food and wants to feed it to me, she cries in great anxiety. Tad preme ani amai karaye bhojane. Antare mane sukha bhai nahi mane. Being obliged by her love, I am brought there to eat. Mother knows all these things internally and feels happiness, but externally she does not accept them. Ei Vijay Dashamite Haila Riti Taha Kepuchia Tara Karae Pratiti. Such an incident took place on the last Vijay Dashami day. You can ask her about this incident and thus make her believe that I actually go there. So yes, Mahaprabhu would be present there where Shachi Mata was cooking and waiting for him to come and eat. Eteka kahite Prabhu vivala haila, lokavidai karite Prabhu dharya dharila. While describing all this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became a little overwhelmed, but just to finish bidding farewell to the devotees, he remained patient. राघव पंडित कहेन वचन सरस तुम्हार शुद्ध प्रेम आमी हई तुम्हार वास. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu next spoke some relishable words to Raghav Pandit. He said, I am obliged to you due to your pure love for me. Ihara Krishna Sevar Katha Shun Sarvajana Param Pavitra Seva Ati Sarvottam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then informed everyone, just hear about the pure devotional service rendered to Krishna by Raghav Pandit. Indeed, Raghav Pandit's service is supremely pure and highly accomplished. Aradravya Rahushun Nari Kelera Katha Pancha Ganda Kari Nari Kela Vikaye Tatha. Apart from other commodities, just hear about his offerings of coconuts. A coconut is sold at the rate of 5 gandas each. Vadite kat shat vrikshe laksha laksha phala tathapi shunin yatha mishtanari kela. Although he already has hundreds of trees and millions of fruits, he is still very eager to hear about the place where sweet coconuts are available. एक एक फलेर मूल्य दिया चारी चारी पाना दश क्रोश हाइते आनाए करिया जताना. He collects coconuts with great endeavors from a place 20 miles away and he pays 4 panas each for them. प्रतिदिन 5-7 फल चलाया सुशीतल करते रखे जले डुबाया. Every day, 5 to 7 coconuts are dipped and put into water to keep cool. Bhogera samay puna chuli sanskari, Krishna samarpan kare mukhachidrakari. At the time of offering bhoga, the coconuts are again clipped and cleansed. After holes are made in them at the top, they are offered to Lord Krishna. कृष्ण सही नारिकेल जल पाया कारी कभु शून्य फल राखें कभु जल भारी. Lord Krishna drinks the juice from these coconuts, and sometimes the coconuts are left drained of juice. At other times, the coconuts remain filled with juice. Jal shunya phal dekhi pandit harshita, phal bhangi shashe kare satpatra purita. When Raghav Pandit sees that the juice had been drunk from the coconuts, he is very pleased. He then breaks the coconuts, takes out the pulp, and puts it on another plate. Shasya samarpan kari bahire dheyana, Shasya khaya Krishna kare shunya bhajan. After offering the pulp, he meditates outside the temple door. In the meantime, Lord Krishna, having eaten the pulp, leaves the plate empty. So this is the mood of Raghav Pandit and devotional service. Krishna is pleased. He would eat everything that is offered. Kabu Shasya Khaya Puna Patra Bhare Sham Se Shraddha Bade Panditera Prema Sindhu Bhase. Sometimes, after eating the pulp, Krishna fills the plate again with new pulp. In this way, the faith of Raghav Pandit increases and he floats in an ocean of love. एक दिन फल दश संस्कार करिया भोग लगाए ते सेवा काइला लाया. One day it so happened that about 10 coconuts were properly clipped and brought by a servant to offer to the deity. अवसर नाही है विलंब हईला फल पात्र आते सेवक द्वारे तरहीला. When the coconuts were brought, there was little time to offer them because it was already late. The servant holding the container of coconuts remained standing at the door. द्वारेर ऊपर भीते तेहो हाथ देला सही हाथे फल चुनैला पंडित देखी. Raghav Pandit then saw that the servant touched the ceiling above the door and then touched the coconuts with the same hand. So, for us it could be just regular thing. But he saw the servant touch the ceiling or the frame of the door, and with the same hand he touched the coconuts again without washing his hands. Pandit kahe dware lok karega tai te tar pad dhuli odi lage upar bhite. Raghav Pandit then said, people are always coming and going through that door. The dust from their feet blows up and touches the ceiling. Sei bhite hath diya fal par shila. Krishna Yogya Nahe Fala Apavitra Haila. After touching the ceiling above the door, you have touched the coconuts. Now they are no longer fit to be offered to Krishna because they are contaminated. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur states that Raghav Pandit was not simply a crazy fellow suffering from some cleansing mania. He did not belong to the mundane world. In lower consciousness, accepting something to be spiritual when it is actually material is called bhomijyadhi. Raghav Pandit was an eternal servant of Krishna. And everything he saw was related to the service of the Lord. He was always absorbed in the transcendental thought of how he could always serve Krishna with everything. Sometimes neophytes, devotees on the lower platform, try to imitate Raghav Pandit on the platform of material purity and impurity. Such imitation will not help anyone. As explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhadra Bhadra Vastu Jnana Nahika Aprakriti. On the transcendental platform, there is no higher or lower, pure or impure. On the material platform, distinction is made between good and bad, but on the spiritual platform, everything is of the same quality. So Raghav Pandit, as Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj said, he's from transcendental world. So his consciousness, his activities, everything is from that world. Ete bali fal fele pracharira langhiya aiche pavitra prema seva jagat jiniya. Such is the service of Raghav Pandit. He did not accept the coconuts, but threw them over the wall. His service is purely based on unalloyed love, and it conquers the whole world. Tabe yaar narikela sanskara karaila, param pavitra kari bhoga lagaila. Thereafter, Raghav Pandit had other coconuts gathered, cleansed, and clipped, and with great attention he offered them to the deity to eat. Ei mat kalamra naranga kanthala, yaha yaha dura grame shuniya chebhala. In this way, from distant villages, he collects excellent bananas, mangoes, oranges, jackfruits, and whatever the first-class fruits he had heard about. Bahumulya diyani kariya yatana, pavitra sanskar kari kare nivedana. All these fruits are collected from distant places and brought at a high price. After trimming them with great care and purity, Raghav Pandit offers them to the deity. Ei mata vyanjanera shakamula phala, ei mata chila hudum sandesha sakal. Thus, with great care and attention, Raghav Pandit prepares spinach and other vegetables, radishes, fruits, chipped rice, powdered rice, and sweetmeats. Ei mata pitha paya kshir odana, parama pavitra arakare sarvatam. He prepares cakes, sweet rice, condensed milk, and everything else with great attention. And the cooking conditions are purified so that the food is first class and delicious. Kashamdi acharadi aneka prakara, gandha vasra alankara, sarudravya samara. Raghav Pandit also offers all kinds of pickles such as kashamdi. He offers various scents, garments, ornaments, and the best of everything. Ei mat premier seva kare anupam, jahan dekhi sarva loke judaye nayan. Thus, Raghav Pandit serves the Lord in an incomparable way. Everyone is very much satisfied just to see him. Ete bali Raghavera kaila alingani, ei matta samanila sarvabhaktagani. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then mercifully embraced Raghav Pandit. The Lord also offered all the other devotees a farewell with similar respect. Okay, I guess we can stop here. See anybody have any questions or comments?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very interesting class. Especially coconut story.
Yeah. We got to be careful to whatever extent we can. Yes.
That's good.
Try to offer the best to the Lord. Thank you. You all have a safe.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.